Today we're going to learn how to play Tiger Trek. Tiger Trek is a game that will help reinforce R-controlled vowels for kids. A lot of times they misspell words with R-controlled vowels, so B-R-N instead of B-U-R-N, or girl is G-R-I-L. So this really helps them to distinguish the difference between a closed syllable and an R-controlled vowel. So I hope you enjoy these games as much as we do. The first game we're going to play today is memory or concentration, and we're going to play this with our Tiger Trek deck. Now in the deck, what you'll find is that we have R-controlled vowels, R-controlled vowels being E-R, I-R, U-R, A-R, and O-R. And what we have is this first card we flip over says barn. If we look for a pair for barn, what we're going to do is we're going to move our R-controlled vowel in front of the vowel, so then it would say bran. So we're going to put these out on the table as if we're playing memory. You don't want to put too many out if you're playing with little kids, but what you want to do is you want to flip them over and you'll say, have the child read it. So we have orb, and if we have orb, we're going to be looking for a pair that matches that, which means we have to move the R over in front of the O. Some kids will have to do this on a piece of paper. Some kids can do this in their working memory. Either way, it's really good practice for them. So we know now that if we have orb, we're looking for Rob. So we'll go and we'll flip one over, and we have Rob. Orb and Rob are a pair. Now, if I go and flip over the next card, I have trap. This is a closed syllable because TR is a consonant blend. But if we move the A over in front of the R, then we're going to have tarp. So what we're looking for is tarp when we flip it over, and we did not find tarp, we found bran. So we flip those back over, and it would be the next person's turn. They would flip over the next card, and we have tarp. And so now we know that we are looking for trap. And we found arm, and the match with arm is going to be ram. So this is a good opportunity for kids to practice. You want them to try to say what they're going to find when they turn it over. And if they can't do that yet, when they flip it over, they'll realize that they don't have a match. This is the easiest of the games that you can play with Tiger Trek. And as we continue through this video, I will give you some more difficult games to play with kids. Now we're going to learn how to play Go Fish with the Tiger Trek deck. Now the Tiger Trek deck contains cards with word and word pairs on them. Some of the word pairs are real words and some are nonsense words. So we have Rob and orb, this would be real, but we also have sport and sprot. It's good to have some nonsense words mixed in because that way the kids aren't memorizing all of them, because they're not going to memorize the nonsense words, but they'll be able to manipulate the R-controlled vowel to make it into a closed syllable, and they'll get that practice with both real and nonsense words. So this is how you play Go Fish. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, I have arm, if you have arm, and you're going to ask the other person you're playing, obviously I'm playing my invisible partner here, I have arm, do you have ram? They would have to look at their cards, and if they had ram, they would have to give it to me, which they do not, so I have to go fish, and I have to pull up from my deck in the center. Now they would say, I have trap, do you have tarp? Now I know that I have tarp and they had trap, so now they can put down a pair and they have 4 cards left in their hand. Now obviously I shouldn't see their cards because I should be playing with somebody else, but currently I have an invisible partner so we can both see both sides. So now I would get to ask again, I have arm, do you have ram? And that would take the AR R-controlled vowel and move it around, and I would ask if they have ram. They do not have ram, so then I have to take from the deck. I happen to pick up sprot, which goes with sport, so then I have a pair. I always have the kids put them down on the table face up with their pairs, so I make sure, because sometimes they'll match things that aren't really pairs and then nobody can actually win in the end. And this way you can make sure that you know that they are actually doing what they're supposed to do. It's a really fun game, and what happens is when you finally get to the end, then whoever puts down all their cards first wins the game. Or if I'm in a classroom setting, I'll say to the kids, we're going to play this for 10 minutes. Whoever has the most pairs wins after 10 minutes. That way the whole class can play at the same time, and there aren't different groups finishing early and having nothing to do. Now we're going to play a game that is just like Crazy Eights. So the way that this works is, you might have been wondering why they were all different colors, and this is why. If you flip the card over and we have barn and it's purple, I can either put an R-controlled vowel, AR, down, or I can put down a purple, and I have neither one, so I'm going to have to pick up from the deck. Now, whoever is playing with me over here, they can put down an AR or a purple, and their purple happens to be AR, so they can put that down. Well, now I've got an arm. An arm is an R-controlled vowel, AR, so it can go on there. Now they can put down a green or an AR, and they have a couple greens, so they can put down orb, and now it changes it to OR. Now I don't have any ORs, so I'm going to put down my wild, which is our AR armadillo, and now it changes it to AR, which they don't have. So then it's back to me. And unfortunately, I changed to something that I don't have. So I'm going to have to pick up from the deck. And then it continues to go like that until all your cards are gone. There are 5 different wild cards for ER, IR, UR, AR, and OR. Plus, they're all different colors. So you can put things down based on color, whether it's a closed syllable, like Rob, or based on its R-controlled pattern. And so the kids really, really love this game. It's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in any of these games, please visit us at KendoreLearning.com. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.